Every time me and Alec are on stage together, we look like two guys at a high school reunion desperately trying to find common ground. And truly, it's just not happening. It's just like, so you live in the big city, do you? I never left.
Horses, those are interesting. Is that like Bitcoin? That's cool.
That's actually my wife. This is fun.
This has been so much fun, hasn't it? Hasn't Raleigh ripped?
It's been nice. Let's see.
We've been having a great time.
I just want to be random. It's so random. Oh, this is good. Somebody wrote a trolley problem. You guys know the trolley problem? Or it says kids/puppies or your mom.
This is crazy.
This is psychosis. This is like what you would carve on like a jail cell wall and be like, this is what I think about all day, Clarice. What are you going with, kids, puppies, or mom? Do you have to watch?
Whose kids and puppies are there?
I don't know, that's what I'm saying. Can you just pick one and then walk off like it's like CSI Miami or something?
Yeah, like in Heat, the explosion behind you just going like, I took the wrong choice.
There's really no right answer, because what if I was like, my mom? And when you say kids and puppies, they're like, ugh, that's bad.
It's really interesting that someone decided to do a psychology question.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get like, who would you rather fuck, your sister or your dad? Instead we was just like, all right, Schrodinger's cat.
This is, if you could be any animal, what would you be? Okay, I'd be one that doesn't have to, I watch a lot of like Planet Earth shit. I would be one that doesn't have to walk all the way across the desert. You'd be like, this animal will walk 1,000 miles just to bust one nut. And it's like, if I could just stay still. I'd be one of those birds that just goes up to a chick and is like that's how birds get laid. They just like puff out their chest and be like, that'd be nice.
That's pretty good. I think I want to be a penguin, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I kind of have a fire hydrant shape as is. I could probably parlay that into having like a little mini me underneath my legs at all times. Penguins are the ultimate dads, because they're just nonstop sitting there just chilling, going, yo, do you like Steely Dan?
Being a penguin's nice. You just kind of hang with like all your friends all the time. But you always, I'm telling you, I watch a lot of these nature documentaries. I would hate to be the one penguin that gets like fucks up somehow and they're the only one on the ice block and there's like a bigger animal trying to tip it over. And you're like, we've done it again, didn't we? We're on the damn ice block about to get tipped over.
That's a pretty good one. I like that a lot.
This is good.
By the way, are there any servers still here? Can I get a Bud Latte? I think
I
I'm
like
to start
Bud Light.
drinking.
Okay.
Sam, can you get one?
Hey.
Can I get one more Bud Light if possible? Thank you. Hey, give it up, you staff, everybody. You guys
This is best one night stand. I feel like that's.
Oh, that's really good. Okay, I actually have a crazy one. So this was like the night before I was supposed to graduate. I like just this random girl that I'd never even talked to in college. We were hooking up, and the door swung open. I'm ass naked. This guy just starts beating the shit out of me while I'm just totally rock hard. Like, I cannot describe to you.
What was the sound you made? Were you like, oh, like that, one of those?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, I went full turtle shell mode. I was like, what's going on? Also, I was in a bunk bed, which I thought would be way better. You ever had sex in a bunk bed?
You were on bottom, right?
Yeah, but it's
like, if you're on top and he's like, you motherfucker, and he's like hitting you overhand on a bunk bed, that would feel like shit.
Dude, it's like fucking on the Mayflower, dude. It's just wood crickety. You're just like, I hope this baby makes it to the new world. I am not pulling out unseen.
So what happened? You finished immediately as soon as he punched you, you're like, no!
I was like, finally. Oh yeah, I got the shit kicked out of me. He kept being like, did you know she had a boyfriend? Did you know she had a boyfriend? She starts screaming like, don't hit it! Don't hit it! Hit me! I started screaming, hit her! Hit her! Get off! Get off me!
This says, what's better, too high or too drunk?
Oh man, too
drunk, you're mostly just like, don't throw up. You're strong. Too high, you're like, my mom never liked me. She calls me every day and tells me she loves me, but I think she's lying.
Dude, I mean, being too drunk when you're too drunk, you can also like, people are kind of like, you know, because you do a lot of these moves where you go.
truly think it's the complete opposite. I used to work at a comedy club as an employee, and there was multiple times where there was a guy completely like slouched over, and we were like, "Hey, dickhead, get the fuck out of here, you drunkard!" And then his girlfriend or wife would be like, "Oh, he just had too many edibles," and we'd be like, "Fella, prop yourself up. Here's a snack. Here's a water." We'd like take care of him to the end of the earth.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, they told me earlier I got the last Bud Light in existence. That makes sense.
I almost I almost lost it. Bud Lattes, dude. I mean, shout out to Bud Light for the whole Dome Mulvaney campaign. Good for them. I thought, honestly, end of the day, dude, Bud Light, kudos to them for like putting something on their can that most of their fans did not agree with. All right, you wouldn't see Busch Light coming out with a can that says like, "Don't hit your family." You know what I mean?
Yeah, White Claw has like an electric car on it. They're like, "You sons of bitches." This is, I always practice the argument before the actual argument. That's fucking good. I always practice the argument after the argument. I'm in the shower and I'm like, I could have fucking got her if I would have just done this and that. Practicing before and having all your bases covered, I always just go into an argument full rage. I don't know why I did this. I'm not full rage.
Bruce, you kind of strike me as a guy that does like this kind of fighting.
Oh, dude. No, if I do any kind of fight, I do like Homer Simpson style fighting, where I just go like this. I just do that number, I think. I honestly say I think because I've never been in a good fight. When I say good, I just mean someone punched me and I went, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, you've never been completely naked fighting for your life.
Yeah, we can figure that out. Are your parents ashamed you are a comedian?
All right.
Oh. What is this, too high? This is, "Oh no, I ate a gummy," and I'm like, "My parents wish I would have gone to the oil fields."
This is the guy that did the fucking trolley problem. Was like, "Let me throw him a softball."
Fuck these guys up. My dad was not stoked until one time I literally, by no connection whatsoever or no success at all, was accidentally on the same show with 15 other comedians as Ron White. Then my dad was like, "My son's really doing it out there."
Yeah, dude. It honestly only clicked for my dad when I told him that I had a general meeting with Dennis Leary. Regionally acknowledged Boston comedian. He goes, "Dennis Leary? Yeah, from the Cape Cod Melody Tank. You're kidding me. You're doing it, kid. Finally."
I think that's what it takes for dads, is just to have one person they like be like, "My son exists." Overall.
No, but you gotta understand, like, even with like comedy, explaining the comedy career to your parents is like hilarious, because we'll start out and be like, "No, Dad, they let me host tonight." They go, "Great, you make any money?" You're like, "I lost $30 in gas. I got a drink ticket, so I couldn't even use it because I drove an hour there." And they're like, "All right, well, we're gonna have to talk about that."
This is a great question. Was that you in the shitter before the show? I was not in the shitter before the show. Were you in the shitter before the show?
No.
I've had it before a show. I've been in a sold-out comedy club. There's 300 people, and there's only one bathroom in the entire place, and I was on the toilet. And for some reason, the latch didn't latch the way it was supposed to. So this is before the show, a guy whips the door open. If you've ever had anybody open a stall on you, they take the moment where they realize what they've done. This is what everybody does. They open the door, you go, "Hey," and they go. And then they turn around after like 3 seconds. And I had to go on stage 15 minutes later, and I walked out, and I literally went to the front of the stage, and I said, "Where are you?" I said, "I know you know who I'm talking to." Because he went back to the table, talked to his wife, and was like, "I just opened the fucking stall on this weird kid." And then I came out, and he literally was like, "There he is, right there. That's him." I know that's 100% what happened.
That happened to me actually very recently at a show in LA, dude. I was doing a number 3. You ever do that? Where you shit, pee, and then forget you have to pee more? So I unlocked the door, and then I was just like, "I gotta go again." And this girl walked in, I'm like, "Lo siento," you know?
This is, I have a fake tit.
All right, dump them out. This is the time of the show. Dump them out. All right. This is why we get into comedy.
Part of me thinks this is like a layaway program, where you're like, "I'm gonna get the other one as soon as my ship comes in. But right now I had the money to cover the left one, and the right one is gonna be there whenever I do it."
My probation officer only okayed the left.
That must be hard to organize, or like as far as dressing, if you have one fake tit, you gotta figure it out.
Well, I mean, it must be for medical reasons. You must be like, yeah, I'm drooping. I gotta fix this or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a medical thing. I was trying to keep it positive. I was really trying to keep it positive. But God, what a life that pervert who made that fake tit has trying to match it up to your other one. To be like, it's just the perfect size. This says Taylor Swift is my spirit animal. Good, you know. Hey, I have no problem with Taylor Swift, and I'm glad that white women have found their own Jesus Christ, and now white men can have their own.
Shout out to Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift.
I have no problem with Taylor Swift.
Here's what I like about Taylor Swift, dude. Is like women now, like it's like seeing the Beatles for you. You know what I mean? Like your grandkids are gonna ask you. They're gonna go, Grandma, were you at the Eras tour? Were you there? You know my grandkids are gonna ask me like, Grandpa, were you at the Capitol on January 6th?
You have to be like, I couldn't afford the airfare. I would have been.
I wish.
Who is your celeb crush? What do you think? What do you got?
Queen Latifah.
Ooh, that'd be so nice. How happy would everybody be if they saw in the tabloid that Alec was dating Queen Latifah?
Dude,
It's
I
actually
love
funny
it.
because I found
I'm telling you, dude, WNBA husband. I mean, me and Angel Reese would be hot.
She would be so mean to you. Any WNBA player, it would be so mean to you.
Dude,
Who would I say? I would say Casey Musgraves. Okay, yeah. No. I gotta say also, this is a classic don't ask this question in a relationship. I've realized. It's the same thing as like playing Truth or Dare as an adult with another like person you're trying to date. You shouldn't do that either. A, because that will immediately turn into have you ever done anal or dare? That's all that'll happen. But me and my fiance did this game, and I was like, what if I would say, oh, Casey Musgraves. I was like, what about you? And she said Jonah Hill. And I was like, at what weight? And she said, it doesn't matter. And I was like, let it go. I think I'm going to go on the road for a couple weeks.
Let it go.
What's your favorite dance move?
Oh man, this is a good. I don't know. Do you have a good one?
I keep it simple. If I'm at a wedding and something like good, like Mr. Brightside comes on.
Stop pandering.
Only real ones know this song. No, I think if I'm like with my lady, I'm kind of just doing like a back and forth, or I'm doing I'm just keeping it kind of here. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not going out of the box. I'm not going to cartwheel. I'm not going to get in the middle of all of it. But I'm gonna shake it up. I'll spin every now and then. I'll do something.
You know what I did once at a party recently? I'm gonna take this bucket just for example. I brought my own 30 of Bud Lights to this party. So like, look, when you go to these Hollywood parties, they're like, this is sponsored by X Double Crush Weed. Get as much weed as you want. CBD drinks. I'm like, I got my Bud Lights. So I was doing a lot of this.
I will say, showing up to a Hollywood party with half of a Bud Light that's all ripped to shit gets you no connections whatsoever.
No, everybody thought I was wearing a designer bag. They're like, how ironic, Alec. I was like, no, dude, I just love BL smoothies.
What, in your opinion, is the most underrated salad dressing? Breast milk. Sorry, yeah. Let's see it. I have no idea.
Left hit. Let's see if the right one works.
I feel like they're all pretty perfectly rated, the salad dressings. I love a Caesar vinaigrette. Where are my Caesar vinaigrette hose at? Okay, I'm gonna go fuck myself. I forgot the South. I like ranch, dude. The worst city you've been to on tour so far? Nashville.
Nashville.
As a show, the show was fun. But as far as
the show wasn't good, actually.
We bombed. We didn't bomb. There was just too many fucking hot chicks. There were too many. It was all chicks, and they don't like my comedy.
They hated us.
I do comedy for I thought everybody until I went to Nashville.
Dude, they just look at you like, what?
Nashville, I had a good time overall, but it's just the city itself is so sad. And I went down to fucking Kid Rock's Honky Tonk, I got to get eyes on it, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm in there with a bunch of fucking guys that are there for a conference, and they're spilling out of their polos, and I'm just in the corner, and everybody's singing "We Are the Champions," and I'm like, no, we're not. You know, it's like none of us are. That's why we're at Kid Rock's big ass Honky Tonk.
Yeah, Nashville is like just, I don't even know, like imagine like growing up there and then just seeing all these people from like the Northeast being like, I'm a cowboy now.
Kid Rock's like a rich kid from Michigan.
Billy, you wouldn't believe it. I bought boots yesterday. That's not even me.
It did bum me out. Overall, it made me sad, the entire city, but that's, alright, yeah, that kind of bummed me out. Here's a good one. You and your family are held at gunpoint.
Oh my God! The trolley guy again!
It's the same sicko. But this is honestly worse than a trolley problem. In order to survive, you have to either... Hold on. Let me reread this. Hold on. You and your family are held at gunpoint. In order to survive, you have to either blow your dad or go down on your mom. What would you do? I hate to say
Is this
it.
the last question?
I don't know. This might be it. They might close the comedy club if we answer this in a certain way. They'll be like, yeah, they're gonna sit a council meeting, be like, so there was 2 young men on stage who were describing eating their mother's pussy.
Councilman, I want to read back a transcript for you.
Yeah.
The first comedian said, "How big is the mother's bush?"
All right, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not the one who thought of this. When the question was asked. I am gonna blow my dad tonight after the show. But you know why? Because I would rather shoot myself in the head than look at my mom in the eyes and say, "Is this okay?" We're with my dad. I'm like, "Hey, we've been through a lot, haven't we, Greg?"
I just think it'd be a fucking hilarious thing to bring up, like at every. I mean, I would probably have to blow big old Bob the Bulldog, and it would just kind of be a hilarious thing at the cookout, and just be like, "You're not gonna give me another burger? I sucked your dick."
What a terrible question to
Uncle
ask.
Rob, did you hear I sucked his dick? And he's not even gonna. All right, I'm just saying.
Now look what you did. You made it weird. We can end on this. This is a good one. Would you rather fart every time you come or come every time you fart? Because I'm telling you right now. I said, it says, would you rather fart every time you come or come every time you fart? I'll tell you right now, number 1, fart every time you come. I'm basically almost there already, really. I've been with my lady for 7 years. I'm letting everything go as soon as I'm just going for it.
I mean, if I come every time I fart, that would be a hilarious excuse. Because, like, I feel like right now what I do when I don't want to be in a conversation, like, say I have to go to the bar and get another beer, it would just be funny to, like, fart and just be like, "Hey, I just jizzed my pants, I gotta go." I gotta get out of here. Just like a casual, like, "It's wet down there, I'm sticky, I'm sorry. Hey, you're wonderful, I hope she gets better. I don't know, I gotta go."
This is the last thing I actually do want to say this. Me and Alec, on the way from Knoxville, we stopped in rural-ass North Carolina, outside of Winston-Salem, at a barbecue place. And we're sitting there, and everyone in there is very nice. They're like, "Well, you gotta get this sauce from there, from there." They're like truly very nice people. And we're sitting in there. It's not packed, but there are a few people, and it's the type of place I can tell will echo. And so Alec looks at me, I'm talking, he goes, "You hear that?" I go, "What?" He goes, "What's that?" He goes, "You hear that?" And I can see it on his face that he's about to fart loudly. And I look at him and I said, "Don't do it." I was like, "That woman over there will grab you by the ear and be like, 'You think it's funny to fart in the barbecue restaurant down there?'" That woman will drag you out of here if you do that.
I wanted to flip one so
I told
bad.
Alec, I was like, "You don't understand what kind of people we're dealing with right now. These people would yell at me for having my hat on in here if they could."
Those hickory seats, they reverberate. I wanted to cause a category 5.
So funny. You guys are good people. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, hey.
Take us away, Alec.
Thanks. Well, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Give it up for Bruce. Give it up for me. Keep supporting live comedy. And I love you all, Raleigh. I'm getting fucked up tonight seeing Glenwood.
I want you guys to take this one home, all right?
Dude. Picture. Understand.